I did not expect this movie to be as good as it was. Okay. For starters, Pixar has not been that good with sequels lately. Their sequels have been indifferent lately. Yeah. First we have Monsters University, which was a really good movie, but it wasn't amazing. We also got Finding Dory, also wasn't an amazing movie. Incredibles 2 also wasn't an amazing movie. All of those movies just could have been better. And we also have 2020's Pixar. Every movie that has came out in the 2020s from Pixar, all could have been better. They aren't amazing movies. None of them have been yet. Like, I watched Elemental last year, and the movie was really good, and honestly, was better than other Pixar movies. I thought it was better than Onward, Luca, Soul, but then Inside Out came out, and I thought it was gonna be decent, but then this movie is just amazing. Inside Out 2 is just right, like this is Inside Out 1, and Inside Out 2 is right here. Like, they're that close to each other because they're that good. And that's just how you know the movie's good. So let's start off with the good side of the movie. And the first thing good about this movie are the characters. The characters, the 9 main characters of this movie are joy, sadness, anger, fear, disgust, anxiety, envy, embarrassment, and ennui. And these are all just in. First, I'm going to tell you the plot of the movie, and if you don't want any spoilers, actually, this isn't really spoilers, because you already know the plot of the movie. So, Riley, the main character, like the girl that joy, sadness, and all of them are controlling, she's going into puberty. So, new emotions have to come in. So that's where we meet anxiety, envy, embarrassment, and ennui. And then anxiety thinks that Riley doesn't need joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust anymore. So they get them out of the headquarters, and they have to try to, and they get rid of Riley's personality, and they have to try to get that back into the headquarters before anxiety takes over. Because anxiety, if you didn't know, is actually the villain of this movie. But again, she's kind of like sadness. She's not really that big of a villain. She's mostly just misunderstood. And the plot was good, and the characters were funny and good. My favorite one is probably like Envy, because she's really small. And another thing good about the movie is the voice acting. The voice acting is just so great, and it's just like a really good movie. And another thing good is the pacing. The pacing is actually good, and the movie doesn't feel like an hour and 15 minutes long. Yay! I'm just kidding. The movies that you see on the screen right now are actually good movies. Don't listen to me. Like, these movies are actually good. Just some of them just feel longer or shorter than they actually are. So, the movies you see on the screen right now are actually good movies. All right, back to Inside Out 2. Now let's move on to the bad side of the movie. Okay, so starting with the bad side of the movie, the lines just the antagonist wasn't, Pixar's villains, they aren't as great. Anxiety is a good character, but not a good antagonist. Kind of like the Garfield movie with Jinx, she wasn't that great of an antagonist, but that's really the only thing I would say bad about this movie. But the rest of the movie is honestly pretty entertaining and pretty good. Now, let's move on to the critic. Alright, starting off with the critic. So, in conclusion, Inside Out 2 is a pretty amazing movie, and that is right on par with the first movie. And I feel like Riley going into puberty, I feel like the people watching this will relate to the movie just as much as they relate to the last movie, because when the last movie came out, everyone was like little and stuff. Like, if you were born in 2010, this movie came out when you were 5, or you watched it when you were 5, but now you're 14 now and you're watching Inside Out 2, so I think you would relate to it just as much, and it has a really deep meaning to it. And by the way, guys, we're not doing the grade scale anymore because that just was too much, so now we're just doing the entertainment scale. And overall, I'm going to give Inside Out 2 a 9 out of 10. And I do recommend you watch this movie. And the next movie review is, I think, is going to be Despicable Me 4. Probably. And our next video is, wait for this, we're going to be ranking every Pixar movie. Yep, all 28 of them. Probably gonna make like a 30-minute long video. So I hope you like this movie. Have a good day and a good life, and I'll see you in the next one.